In 1969, a single Australian dollar could fill your shopping basket, buy a cinema ticket, and still leave change for the bus ride home. Today, that same dollar barely covers a fraction of your morning coffee. So how did our currency lose over 95% of its power? And what does that mean for every Australian now? Step inside a corner shop in 1969 and $1 stretches further than it seems possible today. A fresh loaf of bread, 11 cents. A litre of milk, 13 cents. 2 hot meat pies for lunch, 20 cents. A kilo of potatoes, 12 cents. The daily newspaper, 8 cents. A one-way bus fare, 15 cents. Altogether, the total comes to just 79 cents. That leaves more than 20 cents jingling in your pocket, ready for tomorrow or a little treat. For families, this was not a special occasion. It was the weekly shop. Essentials like bread, milk, and vegetables did not drain a household's budget. Prices stayed steady and every coin counted. In 1969, a single dollar truly filled a basket, and the change left over was more than just small talk. It was purchasing power. After the groceries were sorted and the change was counted, $1 in 1969 could do even more. That leftover silver might mean a Saturday at the movies. Tickets hovered around $1 for an adult seat at the local cinema, enough for a family outing if you pooled coins. A family serve of fish and chips, wrapped in butcher's paper and still steaming, cost about the same. One crisp note handed over the counter, dinner sorted. If the weekend called for a drive, a single dollar filled the tank with 6 litres of petrol, back when fuel was measured in gallons and the Bowser ticked up slowly. Even small luxuries were within reach. A pack of cigarettes and a cold bottle of soft drink together cost under $1, with a few cents rattling back into your pocket. A single dollar didn't just cover the basics, it opened the door to simple pleasures, the kind that turned an ordinary week into something memorable. A trip to the shops today tells a different story. That same basket of bread, milk, 2 meat pies, a kilo of potatoes, a newspaper and a bus fare now totals around $18. A loaf of bread is $3.50. A litre of milk is $1.60. 2 meat pies cost $8. A kilo of potatoes is $4. A newspaper is $3.50. A one-way bus fare is $4.50. Each price comes straight from the latest averages tracked by the Australian Bureau of Statistics. The Reserve Bank inflation calculator confirms it. What cost $1 in 1969 now costs about $18. The official Consumer Price Index shows a 15-fold increase. But for everyday essentials, the real-world jump is even steeper. The dollar did not disappear. Its buying power did. The numbers are not just higher. They have left the old dollar in the dust, shrinking it to a shadow of what it once was. Owning a home once felt possible for almost anyone earning a steady wage. In 1969, the median house price in Sydney was about $18,500. The average annual wage was around $3,000, so a typical home cost 6 times a year's pay. Saving for a deposit took years, not decades, and a single income could carry a mortgage, feed a family, and still leave room for the future. Fast forward to today. Sydney's median house price now sits above $1 million, while the average wage has risen to about $95,000. That is more than 10 times annual income, double the stretch it took for a previous generation. The dream of home ownership has not disappeared, but the numbers behind it have changed beyond recognition. What was once a realistic goal for most families now feels out of reach, as the dollar's strength slips further away from the reality of everyday life. Rent was once a manageable part of the weekly budget. In 1969, a modest flat in the city cost about $12 to $15 a week, less than a fifth of the average income. That left room for groceries, bills, and a little extra for the family. Fast forward to now, and the numbers tell a different story. A similar place demands $400 to $600 a week, swallowing up nearly half of many people's pay. For today's renters, the gap between what comes in and what goes out keeps growing. The dollar hasn't shrunk on paper, but for anyone paying rent, it feels smaller than ever. Three major forces pulled the dollar apart. In 1971, Australia left the gold standard, breaking the last link between money and something tangible. 2 years later, the oil shock of 1973 sent prices soaring worldwide, making every dollar buy less. Then came the sweeping deregulation of the 1980s, opening markets, but fueling even faster price rises. These were not just blips. Together, they stripped away over 95% of the dollar's buying power since 1969. Today, the value of money shapes every choice Australians make. As purchasing power slips further, the real question is, how much more will we let a dollar lose before we act? Share your thoughts below.